I don't even know where to begin this thing. And I really did want to do this, but I'm here. Last day at AIM. Um, First things first, I enjoyed myself this week. It was great to see my friends. I've been posting the musician groups, musician classes, and it was wonderful today. And I was reminded of something, man. You know, sometimes they say the OGs need to move or whatever. And a famous organist here in Church of God in Christ named Derek Jackson actually graced us today. And he was absolutely amazing. Man, listen, this is not football. Being a musician is not like football. You don't have an age where you just automatically just fall off of after a certain age. You can play this thing till the wheels fall off. And Derek Jackson proved that to us today. But it was also great after it was over. It's like a little impromptu little discussion between myself and Justin Cunningham, Keith Newton, and and so I met some young bass players. Well, one I knew, I have been conversing with all week, and we were sharing with them some things that we've experienced in our long careers as bass players. And it was just pretty much bass players. It was a drummer there, or whatever, an organist. But it was great to have discussions with younger musicians, and that discussion went on for like an hour or so. We actually had to leave there and go to a rehearsal. What's up? What's up, Deontay? Yeah, thank you. What's up, Samuel? Hope to see you tonight. I'm on my way there after this. As you can see, I'm dressed for official day. So I'm ready to go. I got one more concert to play tonight, and I'm dressed for it right now. But I wanted to do this right now because it's not going to wait till Monday. You have to do it now. Last night I played with Bishop Hudson Pauls, and it was a great experience. Thank you guys for who showed up or whatever. But one thing I learned as a bass player, musician, when you have in-ears, I personally prefer something that I can control my own mix, like an Avion, even the Behringer. What up, Terrence? Even the Behringers, the Midas. When you do the packs, and some of you know what I mean by the packs, it's a little thing maybe this big, and sometimes they're a little bigger. They sit on the amp or sit in front of you, and you have to physically tell the engineer, oh, turn this down or turn this up or whatever. And sometimes that could be a bit much because you don't have that kind of time. Sometimes you're playing and it's like, oh God, he gonna turn it down, and it just doesn't work. So last night was a bit of a struggle at first for me because I couldn't hear what was going on. I could hear the keys, it was loud in my ears, and I could hear the drums because they were to my immediate left. But to hear Bishop, it was difficult at first. And so I just want to throw that out there. Listen, outside of that, my playing here and everything playing, I love to share the stage with Kevin Powell. Amazing keyboard player, amazing musician, amazing leader. And I love to share the stage with him because to see him in his element and the way he creates music, that's great. It was wonderful to see my friend Steven. It was wonderful to see Chucky and all my friends. I'm going to miss them, which is probably why I'm going to go to the convocation this year, because seeing them and hanging out with them this week is just like, these are very, very genuine people. And that type of person, is hard to find these days. And it was great to be with them. And I can't wait until the next time we meet. Of course, we stay in touch on Facebook, but you guys know it's nothing like being there with your friends and hanging out. Anyway, yeah, it was a great experience. I'm going to give you a full synopsis on AIM come Monday. And Harold, another great bass player, man, and he has a bass that sounds phenomenal. If you don't know what Devon Devon basses are, you are missing it, because I played this bass and it felt like that thing pretty much played the note before I laid my finger paws on it. That thing plays beautifully. The action is perfect. It's like you can hit a note and it just rings out. I love that bass. Hey, you got a winner there, bro. What's up, Naaman? So you guys are here. You guys are here. And so you know what this is about. It's been a story been floating around, and I've been dying to get to it. And it's so viral now that I'm here on location. I said, no. I'm going to do this now. I just absolutely, I need to do this before I go over to the convention center. They are dope, Mark. Mark, listen, that bass plays like heaven. If any bass plays like heaven, it's that Devon bass. It's pretty good. I can see why he charges so much. And I'll let Harold tell you his story, but Yeah, he got a stiller. Let's say that he got it at a still, because those bases run very, very high. But anyway, y'all seen this video. Let's show it and let's get going. Now, as you can see, Keke Wyatt's doing her thing. I should put this on so you can hear the music. Hold on a second. Where is it? Right here. So you saw that. So it started the conversation. And the conversation started when her, whatever he is now, we'll get into that in a little bit. But he didn't feel, he felt a certain way about it. But those of us who kind of know it, we saw this, even the Lord above knows what's going on here. Even God knows. Even God knows. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not pulling punches. I'll go pray when I get to the convention center, because right now I'm pulling off the punches. I got something to say about it. And, you know, being as though this is my platform, I can say what I want to say here. So if you feel a way, I'll read your comments. We can discuss it. I'm leaving out of here at 9:45. That's the latest. That's the hard cutoff, because I got to get over there. Call time is 10. So when I saw the video, I'm thinking to myself, myself said, and I said, if that was your woman and she was out like that, what would you say? Let me tell you, my woman would know. What up, Derek? My woman would know off jump from day one where I stand in certain things. And some of you people that we will get into, you guys have distorted visions of what somebody means by morals and values. What up, Alvin? Their morals and values, they differ from one person to another. What you may consider to be, you know, traditional, somebody else may not see it that way. And some people may have gray areas as it relates to certain things, and they may have hard red lines as it relates to other things. And I think when somebody's in a relationship with somebody, it's always good to have communication, so you know where I stand on certain things, and we don't have to bump heads. We don't have to have discussions about your dress, because somebody with me would automatically know that I prefer a more modest attire. I don't think, if you got, like, those of you who watch my content, you know I always talk about gazumbas. If that is my thing and you got some very large chest meat, I may say, hey, you know, you going somewhere and all this is hanging out all the way down to your Oreos or Oreo cookies or whatever y'all call them. If I'm seeing that and I say, hey, you know, that's a little bit too much, babe. And then you say, yeah, I'm in Indianapolis, King. And if I say, okay, babe, you know, come on now, come on, baby. And she goes, she would know from jump. I wouldn't have to do that. But if I say that, she knows, okay, this is a hard line for this man because he's expressed himself. Do you guys know what that's called? If I express something that means very much, is something that's significant to me, and then you go out and do the opposite, the polar opposite. Do you know what that's called? You want me to help you? That's called disrespect. That's what that's called. It's called disrespect. Hey, Unc. That is called disrespect. So if somebody says, okay, well, babe, you know, I don't really like how y'all wear those tight things, be all up in the crack of your butt. It's just not me. I'm more conservative. I like conservative dress. You see me, I'm conservative. I have on a suit. You see, this is how the woman that's going to be with me, this is what I desire from her. And she goes out and wear the skimpiest thing, you will be like, oh, this gonna be good. No, it's not, because I'm gonna go in. Now, the thing is, why I'm at now in life, I let my legs do my talking. I don't argue with you. I would never leave a post like he did, but he decided to do it. He said, it's the outfit though. You're a mom. This is what he said. This is what started it. And people had something to say about it. You know, they went at him, they said they think about him, and it turned into a whole little situation. Now, me looking on the outside, you know, those of us who've gone to college and we've done some kind of analysis on English language and communications and stuff like that, we kind of can look at this and say, this is a continuation of conversation. This is the continuation of a conversation. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I picked up from it. That this is a continuation, because he said it's the outfit though. You're a mom. So this makes me think that there was perhaps a rebuttal. Something happened that triggered and made this man post this. That's what I got from it. And we're all speculating because none of us were there. We weren't at this house. We don't know if there actually was a discussion. So I'm thinking it was probably something that was done. It was some disrespect that was done that seems to be stereotypical of a certain group of least desirables. You want to be able to disrespect this man. And I'm going to get into it. Like I said, the gloves is off today. I'm too clean tonight and I don't want to get dirty. So I don't want to get dirty, but we can fight when we get back home. But as for right now, it's about to be some verbal violence because I'm seeing this. And I'm seeing some of you have your thing to say. And then he went further because he was getting some heat. Then he went further. He said, we live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks. Boo, boo, booty cheeks. Boo, boo, booty cheeks. Well, dang, did I have to make a beat out for that? That was actually kind of dope. Terrence, make a beat off of that. But anyway, doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase boo, boo, booty cheeks. You got to say boo twice before you go booty cheeks. And to please others. And he gets told how much of a hater he is. Listen what he said. To showcase booty cheeks to please others. So some of you read this, and I'm going to get to that. And it said, this is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case. Now, to this I say, Darius, you didn't have to explain this. The person you should explain this to was the person you were going at. But he made this because he left this simple post, this post right here. He left this post and he got a lot of backlash. He got a lot of backlash. And so people were saying stuff about him, but he knew already.
She belongs to the streets.
We know that. Because anybody ever say, no, I'm not going to listen to you, and I'm going to go out here wearing this, this is where his displeasure came. And it led to him saying this. It's led to him saying this. He said to please others, not him. And he gets told by you how much of a hater he is. Now, would Dee have done this? No. No. I keep my private business private. I don't talk about none of this stuff. If I should have an issue with my significant other or whatever, my wife or whatever, I would not bring it here unless, of course, you brought it here and it required a rebuttal. Because far be it for me to let you go in on me and I don't say anything. That's absolutely positively not happening. I'm going to say something about it in the platform. But see, the problem was some people made an argument that the disrespect or the public was done when this happened. When you have your butt cheeks hanging out everywhere. Now, those of us who are conservative, I don't consider myself conservative. I'm more of a centralist, independent kind of person. You know, I go, you know, I don't hang on one side of the fence or the other. I'm right in the middle. But this thing right here, it was public. And everybody, some of these dudes was looking like, oh yeah, that's what's up. Some of you, even the ladies, was like, "Oh yes," you know. I mean, hey, that's the thing. I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not gonna knock it. But when I saw the booty butt cheeks, booty butt cheeks, booty butt cheeks, booty butt cheeks, when I saw that, I said,
Oh boy, here we go.
I knew it was gonna be one. And yeah, it ended up being one. It ended up being one. Did y'all know that after this, they don't even follow each other anymore? So this thing kind of blew up. This thing kind of blew up into something that shook the internet for a while. You know how these news cycles go. Let me read this comment. And some girls wonder why they are single. I don't want my girl displaying what I'm working with at all. It was disrespectful. And to that I say it was disrespectful had he said something to her and she actually went out there and did it. That's, to me, that's because some men don't mind. You know, we know a certain football player lets his wife do whatever she wants to do. And to him, it's okay. And some of you look at that relationship, you say, this is the way a man should be. No, every man is different. I'm not that kind of person that would want my wife or my girlfriend or whatever to be out here with her booty, butt, cheeks, or her chest, meat, or any other part of her body that's supposed to be belonging to me. I wouldn't want her out here flexing in front of usher, deacon, elder, bishop. I don't care who it is. You will not do that because that's something that belongs to me, I'm thinking, or will belong to me after marriage, right? So I'm thinking if you love me and you respect me, you won't cross that boundary that I've already set to begin with. It needs to, fellas, it needs to be set from the jump. The things that are hard red lines, you cannot, I know we're not going to catch everything, but we know what those hard red lines are. You need to discuss that with these women. And ladies, you need to discuss it with your men. You need to make sure that they know these things coming in, so there leaves no disrespect. But if she breaks, or if he breaks those things that you have discussed, that you said, hey, these are hard red lines for me, once they do that, you have a decision to make. And I will be honest with you, no offense, ladies, but some of you act like children. So if a man sets a boundary to say, hey, this is where I'm not going, you will decide that, oh, yes, you will. And you will press up like children to that line to see how far you can go before he moves. Fellas, if that happens, you playing a game that you don't want to play. We ain't got time to play games. Not really. You got better options, especially if you about your shift. You got better options than to deal with somebody that will flagrantly try to disrespect you, because that's exactly what it is. And I'm thinking we are seeing this being displayed, and I don't think let me get here. That wasn't shaming. Some of you don't know the difference between shaming and chastising. Shaming, he didn't shame her. The shame should have been done that you are out here with your booty butt cheeks hanging out. Now, nobody called that shame. You was okay. We live in a time where that's okay. We live in a time that that's okay. But now if a he shows or displays his displeasure, now it's an issue. Right, if you have to set that bound, but you know, I get what you're saying, Jeremy, and I agree with you in that regard. But here's the thing: we live in a time where you gotta set that. You gotta make sure that that's clear, because, like children, you didn't say that. That's what you hear. You gotta be clear. You do. I understand that. That's a shame. But even dealing with church women, you gotta make sure that they know this is my hard red line. I'm not going past this red line. I'm not going past this red line, but this is what happens. You got to let these boundaries be set. I understand what you're saying. I agree with you. We could choose better men. And I always said that, fellas, we could choose better men. Better women. Pause. Don't choose better men unless, of course, that's your thing, but it ain't mine. She still want to be out here. Absolutely. I said
she belongs to the streets.
She belongs to the streets. Now, let me get to here. The part that kind of makes me shift from this, again, we've already established you don't do it. You don't do it. You just don't do it. It doesn't bring this to Facebook, bring this to Instagram, bring it to the internet. We're not involved in your relationship. And what usually happens is what was demonstrated here. People will have their opinions based on what you present to them. They don't know what the discussion was. They don't know what happened. They don't even know what's in your mind, but they will automatically become clinical psychologists, and they will say, oh, well, this is what's wrong with him. He's a narcissist. He's insecure. No, we don't know. We haven't had the conversation. Unless y'all know him, then you can get on this line. We can talk. I'll open up the line for you. If you know him personally, you talk to him and you can give an honest psychological, analysis of what's going on with them. And then before that, show your degrees in it. Then we can honestly get on here and say he's a narcissist or he's insecure. We don't know that based off of a post. What we do know, he had displeasure in what he saw, and he expressed it, and he should not have, but he did. And I'm not going to say he's insecure, because he didn't say anything about Usher, But he said to please others, but others mean please others, period. He didn't put a name on it. And I know y'all saying no. But see, my formal training teaches me to find evidence. You don't just make up stuff. You have to have evidence. So needless to say, the internet got going. Y'all started interneting, and this happened. Some said Summerella, I think this is a real person or whatever. I'm not sure. I don't follow these fools. But her name's Summerella. She says, boy, shut the, she did that.
Shut the
That's what she had to say. So, fellas, I want you to take a note in this, because it's like, if you have an opinion, or if you are upset, I'm doing the preacher thing. If you are upset and you express your displeasure, you are immediately told to shut. Now, let's be honest. How many times have you seen a woman come online and blast her boyfriend and nobody got on there and told her to shut the falcon up? Nobody said anything. It's like it's okay when men are the target. But if a man voices his displeasure on something that I think was an argument or a discussion at home that he brought to the internet, he's told to shut the F up. But now I like Lexi. But Lexi had something to say. I like Lexi, but she said, let's get this going like Jill Scott, and I quote, if you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. I don't know what that means, but she came back and said this: ring or shut the F up. Summerella has a girlfriend. Got it. Thank you, Miss Lynn. But she said ring or shut the falcon up, basically, or hush. Shh. S-H-H-H-H-H. Shh. So this started the other narrative. It started the narrative that I think I captured here. No, not that. We'll get there. It started the narrative that they're not married. They don't have a ring. There's no ring. They just have a child together. I think they are living together. So it started that narrative. If you're not married to this person, you can't tell them what to say. What to do. You can't tell them what to wear. You can't even say anything. So because they're not in a relationship. The problem that I have with that is this. There is a man and a woman in this situation. So to the man, when he desires something from his woman, the person that you say you want men to lead, then yielding is you submitting to him. If your man tells you, baby, I think that's a little bit too much, and you tell him to shut the falcon up, that's not you being submissive. That's you being combative. And if somebody tells you, okay, well, you need to marry me before I listen to you. So that opens up a can of worms, because most women in relationships with men want that man to be loyal. You want that man, you ain't gonna go with no broke dudes. Y'all let that known from jump. So you want to benefit from his provision. If somebody should jump you in the street, a man, if he say, oh, you got it, you're going to look at him and say, you a weak man. So you want the things that a husband provides, which is his provision, his protection, and you want him to be loyal to you like he's your husband. But when he comes and expresses something that means something to him as a man, you tell him, shut the falcon up until you marry me. But you want the benefits from marriage before we even get married. That makes no sense, and that's a bad deal for us. That's why I always say on my platform, thank you for joining me. You're not, till you are married, none of this relationship crap means nothing. It means nothing. You could be here today, gone tomorrow, because some of these women, and the narrative is being pushed that I don't have to listen to you until I marry you. But you have to listen to me and give me everything that I desire. That's some bullshit. No. That's a bad deal for us. Your partner's dating is a demo for marriage. If not, don't be surprised when you single, kid. I get that. That's absolutely true. Thank you. But I looked at that and I saw these comments. And I was like, all I'm saying, you got to marry me. He ain't your husband. He ain't this. He ain't that. I get it. So if he starts moving like he's not married, that's going to be a problem. So some more comments were made. This is a comment that I posted before. Bad advice. Listen, I say this all the time. Some of us, we get the worst advice. And you getting advice from 50, 40, 50-year-old women that ain't never had a man, can't keep a man, and out here, they ain't got no, they got a dog. They living alone. They ain't got no man, and the men that they want, only thing they want to do is clap cheeks. But they leave bad comments to you, giving you horrible advice. Live your destiny. And what destiny is that? She belongs to the streets. But anyway, live your destinies. We knew who you were before you knew we knew that man. Right? This is from a news article. Respect to you, but we still don't really know that man. Please stay expanding and in this joyous, juicy, divine feminine energy. You need massive masculine energy to hold you, baby, and you deserve it. Wow. Another person added, don't let baby daddy dictate what you wear. Put that S on. This is the stuff that we see. Be combative to your man. This is basically what they telling you. This is your advice. You got a man at home that they don't have, and they are telling you to do what you want to do. Live your destiny, and your destiny will be something that most of you will end up with a dog, because that's horrible advice. Somebody should have said, well, maybe you should listen to him. This is your man. This is the father of your child. Y'all should have this discussion, and you can meet somewhere in the middle. Well, baby, I am an entertainer. You know, I have to wear some stuff. Okay, this is fine. Let's go shopping together, and let's decide together. We in something. But no, no, live your destiny. You ain't got to listen to this man. This is the advice that you get. Y'all think this is okay? I don't think this is okay. And here's the problem. You put this woman back in the market, right? And the biggest problem that I'm seeing here is, let me move this out the way because I got to say this. Darius, her boyfriend, is only worth like 500,000. 500,000. That's what his net worth is. Her net worth is like 7.1 million. That's where I think the disconnect is. She makes is what percentage of them actually being married or being able to keep a man long term. Oh no, it ain't high. I mean, they like the least desirables for a reason, to be honest with you. And now all these dudes getting these passports is actually making it worse. But anyway, that's a whole nother live. But what I'm saying is, the problem is a lot of women in our society are hypergamous. That means she desires a man that makes what she makes or is worth as much or more. And so finding a man, you find yourself in the market with trying to leverage it in a way with something that you don't have. It's not like she's on Beyonce's or these other ladies that y'all find attractive level. I mean, she's not ugly. I'm not saying that. I'm certainly not saying that, but she's not on that level. And the men that are worth $7 million, they're not going to want to wake up with, issues. And I know she has issues, but trust me when I say this, these men, they look at this stuff and they're not going to go for that. So when you put her back in the market, being honest, I'm just being honest. Y'all can be mad at me all you want, but I'm being honest. You put this woman back in the market and pump her up to make her think that she's something that she's not. She's not on that level. This is what you look like with all that makeup off. And I promise you, the rich men that are worth 7-point-something million like you, they're not going to go for that. They're not going to go for a combative woman that they have to deal with and then wake up to that. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. I know some of you mad now. I understand. I'll be up. You want to fight me with the convention center. I just have to take all this off. Let me get in my street clothes. But that's the honest to God truth. They're going to look at this woman. They're going to be like, no, because there's better options. Those men have a lot of options out here. I don't even make 7.71 million. And my options wouldn't, allow me to date somebody I'll tell you something. You say, I'm going to do it anyway. You're going to deal with it. Beyonce brought Terrence Howard on stage and gave him a lap dance and made him lose his mind. Not word was heard from Jay-Z. That's a different kind of man, though. I get what you're saying, Daniel, but that's a different kind of man, because if he let that be known from jump and she did it anyway, then there should be an issue. And if it decides not to say, he can't get mad. She can't get mad when he up gallivanting with another chick. So if this is the relationship that they have, and this is the discussion they have, and they say, hey, this doesn't matter, that's not applicable to every situation. If your man or your woman tells you, hey, it's certain things I don't like, and you knew that going in, and you do it anyway, that's disrespectful. And yes, there should be backlash. I wouldn't bring it to the internet, but there should be a discussion, or you walking, hitting the road. That's my opinion on that. And some people had an opinion about him saying her problem, what isn't the outfit? It's who appreciated the outfit. His real problem is the smile on Usher's face. In his mind, he could lose her. No, I don't believe that. He already lost her when she walked out that door. If he in fact told her that, hey, that's too much, and she went out anyway, she was already gone, bro. There's no he's going to lose her. Instead of knowing how to process insecurity, he came to Twitter for affirmation. This is what I have to say to that. I don't think it was insecurity. I really don't, because I didn't talk to him. Had he been on that, man, she up and shaking her booty in front of that man. And even then, I mean, let me be honest with you. I'm a musician, and I know how some of y'all roll. I would be kind of ticked off if my woman was gallivanting in front of y'all, dancing up on you and jiggling her butt up on you and twerking in front of you. Oh yeah, I'd be like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because that doesn't make me insecure. Insecure to me, insecurity means how you deal with it after. Will it kill you? Will it take you out of here? Will you just be on the cliff ready to jump? Because people come and they go, in my opinion. People come and they go, literally and figuratively. They come and they go. So how I deal with it and how I process it makes me insecure. It doesn't make a man insecure if he doesn't want his woman dancing up on another man. That makes him a man. We're territorial by nature. And I can honestly tell you, there is not many men out here, regular everyday men. Y'all looking at these superstars, the swingers, and probably smashing everybody anyway. No, talking about us, because this is an echo chamber. This is people I deal with. You can't tell me there is any man of worth out here, especially men like me and men that's in church. We ain't gonna let our woman come and run up on some other man like that. That makes no sense to us. No, and if we have a discussion with you and you just pretty much flag us off, all you being insecure, but you always asking for my phone. Y'all don't have a problem with these shows and these little skits with a woman asking for their man phone. But you call us insecure if we see you bouncing your butt cheeks on another man. That's not cool. That's the double standard that a lot of men have been talking about for the longest time. When you do it, we should stop the world. Your man cheat on you, you come to Facebook, you come to Instagram, you posting text messages, you doing all this other stuff, but we can't say anything, even about how you gallivanting around here. I work in childcare. And some of these women come up in here, if it's closed, she needs to wear a sign somewhere where you can tag something, because it's all skin, that says she's actually wearing clothes. But they're all single. They're all single. No man in sight. I wonder if KEKE would want him dancing on stage with Beyonce. And great, right. I mean, I don't think this man is insecure. I refuse to believe he's insecure. I just think he let his emotions get the best of him. And y'all decided that y'all want to go at him for something that you yourself would have done had the situation been reversed. And it brings me to this. There are a lot of good men out here. There are a lot of good men out here. For whatever reason, y'all not attracting them, y'all not keeping them, or y'all don't find them attractive, and that's fine. For whatever reason, whether it's good resources or looks or whatever, that's fine. But it doesn't change the fact that there are good men out here. And there are good conservative Christian men out here who have morals and standards. And we all make mistakes. We all have error in judgments, because I've seen some people say, well, he didn't think much of that. He can't talk about conservative or traditional when he got her pregnant. Well, they both had sex. And just because he had sex with her and they had a child, and even if they are living together, doesn't mean he didn't have a come to Jesus moment and decided that, you know what, we need to work towards doing this thing the right way. We need to work towards living this thing the way we should live it. And in that case, I'm making a change. We got this baby, but let's make a change. So if that's the way he's feeling now, while he was on top of her making that baby, he may not have felt that way then. But she still decided to have that baby. So really, it's both of them decided to do this thing that way. But if he's developing traditional, or he's attaining or wanting to live a more conservative life and want to live a more traditional life, and he's expressed that to you, you can't throw it in his face and say, oh, you're traditional now. You can't do that. If I was a wretch undone and I decided that I wanted to bring Jesus in my life and in my heart and live for him, it erases everything that I felt before. All my ideologies, everything that I thought about, that's gone. So to say, he has whatever, this problem, nah, I don't think that's what it was. I think what it is, we're dealing with a man that had an issue and he found the worst way possible to express it online. And I think some of you using that as a punching bag to beat up on this man. And it's funny. And that's why I say, fellas, we need to start thinking about this stuff. Some of these women, they want the world from you, but they don't want to give you much. And a lot of times they don't have much to give you, because everything that they can give you, somebody else have had at a cheaper price than what they try to make you pay for. And that's something you need to consider. So if you're dating a woman, or even if you're dating a man and you express some things, first of all, if they know you are a Christian, they know you are a believer, they are automatically disrespecting you by presenting themselves to go against your overall values. But if you should happen to come to Christ after y'all got together, this person, especially if you are a man, that person needs to adjust to what you are doing. And I don't understand why you would have a problem when a man wanted to clean himself up, when a man want to live for God and read the scriptures and want to do and live right and treat you better because he's following Christ now. And he wants to treat you better because he understands that, hey, the head of me is God, but I got to lead this woman. I got to love her, respect her. But now he can't deal with a woman that said, well, you knew, which is the dumbest thing. I was like this when you met me. Yes, I may have been. And that's, fellas, you got to make a choice. See, this is why it's so difficult sometimes to live, quote unquote, holy. No, Usher didn't do wrong. Usher was being Usher. But this is what makes it difficult, because sometimes we try to turn around, making 180, but we want to try to bring some of the elements that made us in that former life. We try to bring that along. And sometimes that's the weight that you need to drop. And sometimes it's somebody, your significant other, because maybe they're now the weight that is holding you back from a true thing that you can, lift to. And that's a decision that you have to make. I don't know this man. I don't know what was going on in his mind. I do know Derek. And I know if I want to make a change, and I said I want to live for God, the woman that I'm with, if she's not with that, there will be no internet post. You would just be done. And I think that's something that we need to do. Just be ready to leave. That goes for men and women. Because so the whole scenario was, I don't think it was harmless. It was only harmless. Like if you're a performer, I want to address this. Larry Lockhart is saying that. Listen, I don't think it was an issue, because they're both performers. They were singing. He liked what he saw. I didn't think it was much, but he liked what he saw, and they were singing and everything else. But in this instance, I don't think Usher was doing anything but singing. I mean, he probably danced with 100,000 chicks. To him, there's probably just another, whatever. But the man sitting at home that's seeing this, and not so much as seeing her dance up on Usher, he probably don't really care about Usher. He was never scared of losing her to Usher. I think the part that made him mad was the fact that it could have been any man. It could have been Paul. It could have been Apostle Paul or Peter. It don't matter. The fact that I'm sure there was a discussion. It led me to believe that there's a discussion, even if I'm not. But I'm sure that's the problem that he has. It's like, my woman is out here with a booty butt cheeks out here. And when she turned around and showed the camera, come on, man. We're not doing that. So yeah, he said Derek Simpson kick rocks. You said Usher is irrelevant in this conversation. Usher has no responsibility. And I agree. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I saw this and I saw everybody posting about it. I said, oh no. I was gonna wait till Monday. I figured I might as well do it now. I'm sure boyfriend is trying to make more than a girl's night. Well, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if it was available, but I think he got better options than her. I don't really think he would do that unless he was drunk and it was available. I mean, you know, that's the honest to God truth. You know, if he drunk and it's available, he gonna take it. You know, they ain't gonna turn it down. It's free money. But to have something serious, nah. It's definitely not the first time she did something like this. I don't know that. It's like a swimsuit. It should chill. I mean, I get it, but I don't know. I'm a little bit conservative in that. You got all your butt cheeks hanging out. Y'all can tell me if it's true, if you feel like that. But I don't know if this was a little bit too much. It's like legit was all the way out. I'm gonna lift this up. Y'all about to see me do some production here. I'm about to lift this up. I don't know. I don't know. This a little bit too much for me. It's literally all out. This is too much. And they say, well, it's a sheer covering it. Do you see butt cheeks here? Do you see crack? If the sheer was good enough, then you would have covered all of that. And the problem was, well, Derek, why is this a big deal? Why does it matter? You said, yeah, she's a celebrity. But here's the thing, and I'm glad you say that, because a lot of people try to throw that away and they try to be, you know, deflect. We live in a society where what we see celebrities do, we do. We follow what they wear, we follow what they do, we follow how they talk, we follow what they project themselves to be, especially our young people. So if we ignore and say, well, she's a celebrity, well, our children and some of these adults, they carry themselves like they are like them. It's so to me, and then when you hear women repeating some of the stuff that they say or pushing that narrative, because there's some women out here that really don't like men. There's some women out here that really hate you. They hate men. Some of them work for ESPN, go figure. But yeah, what you say? I think especially what she wore should have been way before this. I always tell my lady, if I think it's something too revealing and she asks my opinion, if she respected him, she would not put that on. Exactly. So I think that's probably what happened here. I think that she found something, or he saw her. People say, well, he let her leave the house. I think he saw that. And I think they had a discussion. And let me be transparent. This has happened to me before, where I was with a young lady. This was years ago. But I was with the young lady and she was about to go out the house, and I saw something. I was like, yo, that's a little bit, you don't think that's a little bit too much? You kind of showing off. This woman told me, no, I ain't nothing wrong with what I'm wearing. That's what I'm wearing. You just gonna have to deal with it. That was disrespect. And I didn't leave. I didn't say nothing. I don't think I was in a position to leave, to be honest with you. But yeah, she left. And I don't think she ever really respected me. And that's something that I think he was dealing with. Like I said, fellas, you got a choice to make. Either you're gonna deal with that or you're gonna walk. Let me see. This absolutely nothing to do with the Usher. Issue is has been going on between them. And she clearly doesn't listen to him at all when it comes to anything. And this outfit was just the icing on the cake. I agree, Tayana. I agree. I agree with you. And I think that's exactly what happened. She hit that door. And she was like, yeah, but when she came back, he shouldn't have been there. Nothing new under the sun. This story was already told in the Bible. Women did something disrespectful to the king, and the man of the kingdom told him he must do something or their wives would adopt the example. Yeah. Been told the same thing. It was a male shaming thing. Absolutely. Listen, I really think, Simran, if the ladies really listen to us, we would all have stories like this. I think every man has had a time or two or three or four where some manabee told them, I ain't listening to you. Or you can't tell me what to do, or you not my daddy, which is weird because your father's job was to provide and protect you. And then you marry a man whose job is to provide and protect for you, but you say you're not my daddy, but you act like a child. You can't make this up. You can't make this shift up. You got to know who you with. She can do what she wants. He don't have to stay. I hope they stay. I don't think they're going to stay together. I don't think they're going to stay together, Richard. These women have to learn respect and respect men. It's not, oh, stop it. Remind me later. It's cool when you think you do better and better, but eventually these women will learn. In time, they will crap out. Yeah. In the name of being a free spirit. And so maybe you can explain that to me. What does that mean to be a free spirit? I hear that a lot, and I've been hearing it a lot lately. I've heard a lady say that. I'm just a free spirit. What does that mean? To me, a free spirit means you're going to rebel. It means you're going to say whatever you want to say to me. It's like you're not going to listen to me. And a man that should lead but has no voice is not a leader. Let me say that again. A man that should be leading, a man that you want to lead but has no voice is not a leader. And I said this and it was joking, but I meant it. I believe some of these ladies will be happy with a blow-up doll with a penis and an ATM machine attached to his backside. You'll be happy with that. Because it seems like that's the only thing some of you think men are good for. And this man ain't got no money. And that's probably one of the reasons why the disrespect was done. Because she would not do this to any other man on that level that's higher financially than her. This is a nobody, and it was expressed in this comment here that said he was a nobody. We still don't know who this man. We still don't know who this man is. That's saying he's a nobody. He's a nobody. So because he's a nobody, you don't have to listen to him. Rebellious harlot. Right. I know I'm late to the party, but I wanted to compliment you, sir. You looking like a professional news. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I'm finna get ready to go over there and play. I needed to do this, man, because I was like, man, it's not gonna be a good story come Monday, and people been talking about it, and it's got my blood, it had my blood boiling, and not because of the situation. It's just the level. I don't like when men are disrespected. I don't like when men are disrespected. And it just seems like some of us are getting our rocks off by disrespecting the same men because, be honest with you, let me say this. Most of you women are average looking. Most of you average looking to cute. You average. You're not on the cover of magazines. You're not in movies. You're not being stopped in the street by real people saying, I want to put you on a billboard somewhere. You are average, everyday looking women. And you know what? That is okay. That is fine. There's plenty of men who will love you and treat you right. The problem is some of you move in this market like you got leverage, like you think you are on that level. Why? Because we are teaching these people, oh, you can look any old way. You could be 300 pounds with a belt that you need to use a boomerang to get around, and you can still say, I'm pretty. But a man presents himself with no job, no money, and nothing like that. You get to trash him. But you average and below average looking. You have no physical attraction to most men outside of they'll clap your cheeks, but they not trying to look and wake up to you every morning. You are average looking. So when men got money, they look at this stuff. You have nothing else to bring to the table. We have the table, we got the house, the cars, the horses, the pigs, everything else. And so the first thing we see in you is what you think we should accept, but you're not willing to accept. You trash this man who is worth $500,000, which is pretty good if you ask me, but he's worth $500,000 because you look and you idolize this woman that's worth $7.1 million, who's average looking. So you look at her assets and say she's more popular than him. She don't need him. But if she could get a man better than him, she wouldn't be dating a man worth $500,000. She'd be dating a Jay-Z. She'd be dating somebody on that level. But see, y'all use this stuff and you think you are bosses. You think you can pull these kind of men and you don't. They clapping cheeks and they moving. That's what it is. And I keep telling the fellas, stop clapping cheeks with these low-value women. Leave them alone because you validate them with your penis. Stop dick validating these people. Stop it, because you give them, they think they got leverage. So they move in the market and say, no, I don't have to listen to you. No, I'm going to be argumentative. I'm going to be combative. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. I'm going to listen to the sisterhood. But then in the end, you sitting at home, call me. Call me. That's the most frustrating thing to me because I know some good men out here that are constantly being trashed because they only make X amount of dollars. Or look at what he drive, or look at how he dress. But you are average. The kind of men that you want ain't checking for you. This is who you should be with. And I watch this show every now and then, and his name is Don Lexi, and he says this, and I agree. Some of you out earn yourself out this market because you make so much money, and not too many people make that kind of money. But you've been taught that I make this money, so I deserve a man that make this kind of money. You do not. That's not the way it works. Men don't care about your money. That's a perk. But it's not what we come in looking for. Most men, and something I had to come and learn, we are the ones that pretty much got to pay these bills. We the ones that's got to pay these bills. We know that coming in. That's what is expected of us. Because if you come in with your job and we say, well, y'all trash Dwayne Wade because y'all thought that he was saying him and his wife go 50-50. Y'all was trashing him, but she makes good money. So if we don't benefit from your money, what the falcon do we care what you making? So what other things do you bring? We don't need you to cook for us. This 2023, men know how to cook. We don't need you to clean. My apartment is clean right now. I didn't need a woman to do that. I did that. What else? What else do I need you for? And the first thing I see, I don't want a nanny when I look at you. I don't want no big back nanny. I want somebody that I can look at and be like, oh, she fine. So you make all this money and you average looking. That woman that was on Kevin Samuels that y'all ripped him to shreds because he told her she was average at best, even though she said she was average, she still ain't got no man. In fact, I'm going to lead with that show on my show Monday. I'm going to lead with that. I'm going to let y'all see that. When I do my countdown, I show videos. I'm going to show you what happened to her. She went into this mixer, and it was all these men making the kind of money that she wanted them to make, and ain't none of them want her. None of them. None of them. They had a conversation. They ain't mean people. These men ain't mean. No men that make that kind of money make $100,000 and more. They're not mean. They're regular men. They just earn more. They're not jackasses. They're just regular men. They just know I'm worth more in this dating market. So they were speaking to her, but none of them wanted her. Your money doesn't mean anything here. We like women that are physically attractive, friendly, feminine, cooperative, submissive, and inspirational. That's it. That's what we desire. I work too hard to make my money, to get to where I'm at right now, for me to be with a goofy, childlike, acting, combative silverback out here. It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's not. Now that the fellas have leveled up, we don't want to come up here and end up in the desert with some woman that can't even carry a conversation. We don't want that. We get up here, we make all this money now. We done leveled up from minimum wage. Now, people like myself and Steve and my other friends that I hang making 6 figures out here, and we come up and looking for good women, and this is what we find it. Because you still out here want to live hot girl summer. And we got to deal with the Buffalo Wild Wings, the BBWs, the Fluffies, and the Juicies, and everything else that you want us to accept. But you're not willing to accept us when we were at our lowest point. You trashed us. But now when men are talking, we don't want a woman that weigh more than us. Now we fat shaming. Now, there's some beautiful big women out here. I'm not saying that. But if a man asks you to say, hey, drop a couple of pounds, you fat shaming. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. And so when I saw this story, I was like, here we go again. The LD crew in full effect want to say they little 2 bits. And some of y'all was agreeing with this foolishness. You should leave him. You deserve better. Nobody deserves nothing, not even a date market. You get what you earn. If you out here, you not unwilling to turn that plate down, your boy done dropped pounds. This is 17 and a half shirt. I put in the work. I turned all these foods that I like. I had to turn that down. This is the hardest thing in the world. I'm out of town and everybody else is going to all these good restaurants and I'm ordering Brussels sprouts. Why? Because I want to live here. I want to be here longer, and I like when I'm smaller. This is a nice jacket. I'm glad I can fit it. I couldn't fit this jacket like 2 months ago. It would be all the way out here. But now I can fit it. Looks nice, doesn't it? I put in the work. In the dating market, you have to put in the work just like you do anything else. And men have understand to increase our SMV, we got to get out here and hustle. But the ladies feel like, let him hustle. He just going to take me the way I am. The devil is a liar. Him and his imps. Him and his imps are liars. You want a better man, you're going to have to put in the work, ma'am. Stop listening to these people telling you as average looking women that you can come out here and demand stuff from the dating market that you don't qualify for. You need to be realistic about this thing. You letting this KEKE Palmer situation thinking you going to go out here and flap your butt cheeks. Usher ain't even going to pull you up on stage. And if he do that, it'll be the best thing that ever happened. But you know what? You're going to go home and you're going to find something little toy and you're going to think about Usher, because a real man won't darken your doorstep. Not one that's going to stay. Now, do you want to have a cop carousel where dudes just coming around here, or do you want a man that's going to stay? If you want a man that's going to stay, you need to start listening to other men talk. Men such as myself, men as other men that out here that's actually hustling. See, the stuff that y'all may pull on me and don't work, I know what I got. I know what I earn. I know what I work hard for. So I'm not really worried. I'm almost 50, and I got to beat off people half my age with a stick all week. So I ain't worried about people leaving insults on me. It doesn't work here. And men on this level, they know that. But everybody is not going to make that kind of money. You need to say, okay, if he treats me well, he respects me, and he will do everything he can to make our building this thing right and building a legacy for me and our children, then that's a good man. There are plenty of good men out here that'll do that, but y'all don't want that. Nope. So y'all keep listening to KEKE. And when she's done, when she's 50 years old and she's joining that Vivica Fox clan with Lisa Ray and all these other bitter betties, talking about, I wish I could have 50 Cent, and 50 Cent with a woman half his age, you're going to be like, man, because right now is when you can say, okay, I'm not going to listen to these dudes. I need to listen to more men so I can see what they want, so I can kind of present myself to be what they want. We're the ones that come for you. And most men don't like aggressive women. So don't come in my inbox talking about, yeah. No, you don't get shut down anyway, but you would be shut down quick. You moving in the spirit tonight. I'm just saying, it's just kind of jacked up. And as a man, I'm reading some of these comments. Yeah, these dudes think they can take it. They try to be controlling. You can't make the shift up. I got a video. I didn't post it. I probably posted Monday. But I've been seeing timeless videos where men are asked to fight for a woman who can't keep her mouth closed. And now he got a boyfriends, not husbands, to fight for you. We are asked to put our lives on the line for women that don't even respect you, not to even have decency in their dress. Which brings me to this. I'm going to close. I'm going to close now because I got to get over to this convention center. I shouldn't have to have this conversation with people in church. My desire is to have a woman that believes in Jesus Christ. That's my desire, to have a woman that's following Christ. That's my desire. To marry a woman and have a woman by my side that's following Jesus Christ. I should not have to have a discussion about your dress. That's a discussion I should not have to have. How can we present ourselves as believers and you walking up here with a thong in your buttocks? I shouldn't have to have that discussion. Certain discussions I should not have to have. I shouldn't have my woman out here acting unruly, running up on me and fighting. That's a discussion I should not have to have. Women who follow Jesus Christ, they know how to exhibit humility. They know how to exhibit grace. They know how to exhibit patience. They are long-suffering. They don't speak that way to people. They don't do that stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I find women who act like that, they are the most attractive to me. They are the most attractive to me. When I hold the door and they say thank you and they smile, that's to me, that's everything. Or a nice woman that smell good and wearing the heels and wearing a nice dress. It can be fitted, but a nice dress, a nice skirt, or if they're wearing pants. I love business suit attire. I love that. You know, your hair is done nice and neat, not with red and spikes and that curly Q thing looking like Chun-Li. No, that's not what I like. What man is going to take a bullet for a woman who is competing with every man's masculinity? Right. Would I make a difference if he was there? I don't think he wanted to be there. Would it make, I guess, I don't know. I would have to ask him. But this was an issue for him, obviously. I don't know. And that's the thing. I try to exhibit that grace towards everybody. Thank you for asking that, Larry. I try to exhibit that grace for everybody. Even when I see a story and I'm ready to cover it, I try to give them the grace to try not to make an assumption based off of what I don't know. So I refuse to say this man was acting insecure. Going back to the road to chase before 10. Right. But I refuse to say he's insecure. I would say immature. I'm men like me, I don't move that way. I try to handle everything offline. I don't like this new age of everything got to go online. Everybody got to see everything. I don't really rock like that. But I understand people want views, whatever. But I just think that this situation was something that should have happened at home. I think he let his frustrations get the best of him. It's really that simple. And as men, fellas, we have to be able to control ourselves. That is a sign of a good man and a leader, to be able to control your emotions. Like when I'm about to blow a head gasket, I literally will count. Some of my musician friends, they may watch this and they say he ain't lying in that. That man will count. I'll be like 1, 2, 3, because I know that Hearne in me is going. And so I've learned how to, calm myself down. But I think we don't exhibit that stuff. We need to find some people, other men, to hold us accountable, and we can talk to each other about our issues, and other men we can confide in, and I'm not your daddy. I'm not going to call you. No, you can call me. We can talk. But we need to have men in our corner that we can call and talk to and express and get good advice, get wise counsel, especially from older men. Like if men 25 and whatever, younger men, they call me and they say, well, D, I'm dealing with this situation with my girl. I'm dealing with this situation. Now, I may not know the answer, but I can direct them into where they can go to have that discussion. But I think we need to have some accountability with men. We don't move like that. We don't let our emotions take over us. Nobody's perfect. You're going to lose it every now and then, but you got to strive every day to do better. You can't exhibit your emotions because it makes you look weak. And as men, we can never look weak because we're not allowed to look weak, unfortunately. They want you to show your sensitive side, but then when you do, you are excoriated even in that. So we need some accountability with each other. And I think it's important for men to have other men that we can be accountable to, have discussions with. I love the men in my life. I love the fact that me and Kevin Hayden have, I like the fact that he will tell me. I believe he a straight shooter. And then I like that. Every now and then you need that kind of person that's going to not pull punches with you, and not bring what we discussed in private here. You need that kind of person. And I want to encourage the fellas, find a strong, positive role model man that you can have a discussion with. I didn't say perfect. I said role model, somebody that's at least trying to strive to be better. And then y'all can, hold each other accountable. I think this is an example of that. I don't think he had anybody he could talk to. And the man that left and was on Usher's lap, that man didn't want to listen. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed what we had to say. Doc last night, some of the women had to be in the room beforehand saying, I love the Lord, but they go, all these women curse. Man, listen, I saw it, man. It was crazy. I saw it today. I mean, I don't know, man. I think we've lost that thing where we cared when we entered church and religious functions, where we presented ourselves in a way that was indicative of the belief that we had. We have too much of that going on where I can literally see everything. And as a man, now younger dudes, y'all literally was like, y'all was like patting as the deer panted over those tight jeans, hugging every crack and crevice. Y'all was like that. But me, I was like, oh, wow, that's what we on, but it was bad. It was the club, but it's about to get real now because I'm headed over to this thing. But I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. Let's talk about Monday, man. Let's talk about it. If you want, listen, I'm willing to open up the panel. If you want to jump on, you want to have something to say, I'll open up the floor Monday. Okay, I will. I want to hear what you have to say because this is a good topic. It's a great discussion. And I want to hear what you got to say. Ladies, I want to hear from you. If you feel that she was justified, I want to hear from you. And I promise I'm not going to be mean. I'll be nice. I'll be nice. But I do want to hear from you. I don't want to exclude the ladies because I'm pretty sure some of you have a voice. And I don't want you to think that I'm not listening to you. leave something to our imagination. They used to. They ain't nothing to imagine no more. You seeing everything. I mean, I saw one chick. Oh, Greg. Last night when Bishop was there, did you see that one chick listen, this chick last night jump was so tight, her chest, she didn't have on any bra. She had a cheap one on. And before I go, she had piercings in her nipples. You are at a Church of God in Christ function with no bra on, with a tight shirt with your nipples pierced. You can't make this shift up. You can't make it up.